Hey everyone, and welcome back. In tonight's episode, I just wanted to go through all of the bottles that I was able to get in November. Some of the bottles were really good. Some of the bottles were really not so good, and a lot of the bottles I haven't even tried yet. But anyway, let's go through them. I'm Tuck, and this is Bourbon Broke. So I ended up getting quite a few bottles in November. So let's just go ahead and get right into these in no particular order. The first one here, the Madeira Cask Finish Woodford Reserve. This one was okay. It was a little sweet for me, for my taste. You know, with that Madeira Cask Finish, that fortified wine, it was just, a little sweet for my taste. As I had mentioned in the episode that I did on this, if you like Manhattans, you'd probably really like this bottle because you could just take this, pour it out in a glass, throw in some bitters, and Luxardo cherry, and you'd pretty much have a Manhattan right off the bat with this. But again, I'm sure a lot of people would like this, but it was just a little sweet for my preference, that's all. See, the next one here. This was the Angel's Envy Triple Oak. I was really hoping for more from this because I love double oaked, but this one really fell short for me. And as I had mentioned, I'm not a huge Angel's Envy fan. They're generally a little sweet for me, but this one just really kind of fell short. I have talked to people that really did like it, but just wasn't for me. It's your own personal preference. Actually, I got quite a few from Redwood Empire, and I do love Redwood Empire. These are all from their small lot series. This is the Devil's Tower, the High Rye Bourbon, the Van Dusen Straight Rye, and the Screaming Titan Wheated Bourbon. Now, the Screaming Titan, I had it from last year, and I really liked it. I haven't opened up this one yet from 2024, and the Devil's Tower and the Van Dusen, I've never had either one of those, and I haven't opened any of these yet, but I plan on doing that in the next couple of days probably. But I'm a big Redwood Empire fan, so I'm really looking forward to these. I did get one more from Redwood Empire. This is their Pipe Dream 101. Really looking forward to getting this one. I've had this one for probably, 2 or 3 weeks and still have not had a chance to get into it, so I'll be getting into this one pretty damn quick here too. Here's a couple that I got from Journeyman. The Farm Rye. Actually, I stopped by the distillery and was hoping to get the Farm Rye Hazmat, that 155 proof. They didn't have that. This one's 125.1. I just had a little bit of it out of the neck pour on here, and it was a little funky for me. It had a really funky taste. So I'm really looking forward to this opening up more because I've heard a lot of good things about it, and I've heard a lot of people really like it. So I hope it opens up and is a little bit better. Now, this 7-year High Rye Bourbon, even out of the neck pour, this thing right here was really good. Just, dark cherry cola, chocolate, black pepper, and like a sourdough bread in there that you could really taste. This one was real tasty. Again, just off the neck pour, this thing was really good. So I can't wait for that thing to open up. Got this estate collection, this Penelope 9-year Private Select. I really liked this bottle. This is the first estate collection that I've had from Penelope. And prior to this, I wasn't a huge Penelope fan, but this right here changed my mind on this bottle. This was really good. I did a review on this one, a couple weeks ago or whatever, and I really enjoyed this one. Here's one from 15 Stars. This is the 8 and 15 year bourbon. I've never had any 15 Stars. I haven't tasted this one yet. I've heard a lot of people say that the 15 Stars is pretty damn good, so I'm looking forward to trying that, but that's all I have on that one so far. Did this Hard Truth Sweet Mash Double Oaked rye. I had just a little sip out of this, out of the neck pour on it. It was really, really good. I'm a big Hard Truth fan, and it was just very smoky, dark caramel, leathery tobacco, cherry. I can't wait to get into some more of this one. Like I said, I really like the Sweet Mash series from Hard Truth. Like their 4-grain bottle and bond, I think is fantastic. And I generally don't like real sweet whiskeys, but that one right there on the nose, it's like, birthday cake, but it doesn't transfer into the palate like this. But this double oaked rye, really, really good just for the little bit that I've had off the neck pour. So I can't wait to get into this one a little bit more when it opens up some more. I did get this Booker's 2024-04 Jimmy's batch. This one fell a little short for me on the Booker's. And, like with any series that comes out, annually, semi-annually, this one comes out every quarter. They can't all just keep getting better and better. They're gonna go like this. But this one right here fell a little short for me, and might have been a little harsh on it in my review. And I got kind of freaked out after I did the review. I don't know why. There's no reason. But I was thinking, what if in a 1,000,000,000 chance that like Fred No saw that and got offended that I said I didn't like this one, and I was like walking down Whiskey Row or 4th Street or somewhere in Louisville, and he saw me and says, "Hey man, why don't you like this?" And like rough me up a little bit because Fred No, he's getting older, but he's scrappy, man. You can tell he was a scrapper back in the day, and I'm sure he could just whoop my ass in a heartbeat. So anyway, I don't know what. Yeah, here's one I'm really wanting to get into. From New Holland. It's the Walleye Run Malted Rye 7-year. I've heard a lot of great stuff about this one right here. I opened it up a little bit ago and tried just a little bit of it, and but it was after a couple other ones, so it wasn't really a fair tasting. So anyway, I can't wait to get into this one more here. Here's one I really, really liked. This Sagamore 9-year-old rye. And I love everything I've had from Sagamore. Their double oaked rye, I think is phenomenal. I think that'll stand up with just about any double oaked out there. But this one right here was really, really, really good. No question, this will be up there, for me in one of my top ryes of the year. This is an SLB pick from Rossville Union, straight rye whiskey. Out of Ross and Squibb. It's one of their classic 95.5 ryes. I have not opened this one yet, but I'm really looking forward to it. And this was one of those bottles. They picked this, and all of the profits from this bottle, 100%, went to their Riley Children's Hospital fundraiser. And I don't know the final count that those guys had on their fundraiser, but I know last I heard it was going to be somewhere up in the $330-some thousand range. That's incredible. Those guys just do a fantastic job, not only with their, channel, but Kurt and Trent are just stand-up guys. If you've ever met them, they're just great guys. And what they do, for charities and things is just phenomenal. Just great, fantastic people. Looking forward to getting into that one. Here's a New Riff straight rye 8-year. Again, this is one I just poured out a little bit into a glass when I first got it, and sipped on it a little bit, but really haven't got into it much, so I can't really tell you much about it right now. I'm sure it'll end up in a review somewhere, probably a blind or something. But yeah, and as you notice, pretty much all these bottles, all of these bottles will be opened. Pretty much everything on my shelves and the shelves over the sides and everything are open. And I always say I have a selection, not a collection. Everything I buy, it's not just going to sit on the shelf. It's going to be opened. There's only one bottle that I have that I will not open, and that's up in the, behind the little moose up there. It's just a Wild Turkey Kentucky Spirit from 2014. Nothing special, but I was down at Wild Turkey 10 years ago, and I was the only one in the gift shop. Jimmy Russell comes walking in, and he said, "Hey man, let's just sit down and talk some bourbon." And it was just me and Jimmy Russell in the gift shop for like 15 or 20 minutes, just him and I just sitting there having a conversation. He signed the bottle for me, so that's one that I will never ever open. Anything else that I have, fair game, it's going to be opened. Did just grab a Buffalo Trace store pick. Can never go wrong with those. Here's one you might be surprised. Out of all of the bottles that I have, that I've had throughout the years, all of them that I have all over in here, I have never had a Rittenhouse Rye. I just picked this up today. And, like I always say, if you go into a liquor store that you frequent quite often, never go in there and not buy anything. Buy something, when you walk in there. So they remember you, they see your face up at the counter. And that was what I did with this one. I went into a liquor store that I go to quite often. Really didn't see anything I wanted, but saw this on the shelf, and I'm like, what the hell? I've never had this. I can't believe I've never bought a Rittenhouse Rye. So have that. Did pick this up on a recommendation from a friend of mine, the Jim Beam Winter Reserve. Again, I just had a little bit of this out of the neck, and it's exactly what you'd think it would be for a Winter Reserve name on it. Cinnamon, vanilla, a little bit of caramel, some baking spices, a little bit of nutmeg in it. Definitely, goes toward the season, towards the, Christmas season. I bet this would be great in like an old fashioned or something like that. But I think this was like, I don't know, $25 or something, 25, $26. So for a, lower priced offering, this isn't bad for the holidays. So what else do I have here? Oh, Heaven Hill grain to glass rye. Yeah, grain to glass rye. Again, just tried just a little bit of this when I first got it home. I thought it was great. I liked it a lot. I've heard out of all of the 3 offerings from grain to glass that the rye was the best. That's all they had at the particular liquor store that I went into. And so I picked this up, and it's a good bottle. I like it. I'm half tempted to find the other ones and try those as well. I'm a huge Michter's fan. I love all of the Michter's offerings. And right here I got the toasted barrel finish. And, again, I had a little bit out of the neck on this one right here. And it was okay. I don't want to say it was a letdown, but it wasn't something that really wowed me either. And it's that typical, toasted Michter's. It's, they got that caramelization. You got that, graham cracker marshmallow taste in there. And, it's good, but it didn't just, wow me. And it, could have just been my palate that day, because it does change from time to time. But I'm definitely going to be getting into this more. Matter of fact, I don't even have a drink. What the? Going through these bottles, I don't even have a drink. What the hell's wrong with me? Well, I do now. Wow. Yeah, you get that toasted marshmallow graham cracker, but I'm also getting, cherry in there is pretty prevalent as well. And that's all the primary bottles that I got. It's 20 some bottles that I just went through. Oh, forgot, did get the samples from Tom Morrow at Limestone Farms as well. The Bloodlines, the Select Batch, and the Small Batch. I believe that's the most recent episode that I had done prior to this one right here. And I'll tell you what, this small batch is absolutely fantastic. And don't even get me started on the private stock from Limestone Farms. That bottle's freaking phenomenal. But anyway, 20 some bottles in November, and I really should. Well, I guess I should say I should slow down a little bit maybe, but I don't know. I might end up going bourbon broke. Who knows? And actually, it's kind of funny. We kind of joke around about the name Bourbon Broke because me and my friends joke around and say, that's what we're going to end up being, bourbon broke from all these bottles that we're buying. But, there is some truth to that. And not that I'm going to go broke, but, we just have to be cognizant of what we are buying because, I'm sure a lot of you guys and girls are the same as I am. I watch all of these bourbon reviews, whiskey reviews on YouTube. All of these guys, saying, this is a must buy. You have to get this bottle. This could be the bottle of the year. So, that dopamine gets going in our brains, just like that same addiction is like a food addiction or drug addiction or something. And we just think we have to get that bottle. But, we have to take a step back and, make sure we only purchase what we know we can afford. We can't overextend ourselves just because somebody says, this is a must buy and you have to get this bottle. So just be aware of what you're spending, and make sure you don't spend things that should go towards, more important things, I guess is all I'm saying. So anyway, well, that's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, please hit that like and subscribe button and that notification bell. It doesn't cost you anything, and it really does help me out, and I do appreciate it. If you'd like to check out some Bourbon Broke stuff, just go to bourbonbroke.com and check out everything on there. That's it for tonight's episode, and remember, keep your friends close and your bourbon closer. Cheers.